Olympics fear of for the same water quality, a second day of triathlon training canceled. I thought that was fine to swim in. The mayor swam in it, did they not?
Just over 2 weeks ago, everything was going just swimmingly, according to the outgoing French sports minister. Amélie Oudéa-Castéra took a dip in the Seine in a bid to reassure the public of the water quality, but after heavy rain in the days leading up to the Paris Olympics, organisers cancelled the triathlon swimming training session for the second day in a row on Monday, with 24 hours to go until the men's race. Speaking to French media on Monday morning, Oudéa-Castéra said a small delay may be needed, but the minister remained optimistic.
I'm confident that we'll be ready tomorrow for the men's triathlon. If we still aren't, we've planned, as we've always said, contingency days that will allow us to consider alternative solutions. But once again, for the time being, we're absolutely sticking to the original plan.
By the way, they said they would get this water clear by the time the Olympics happened. And people started protesting and saying they didn't want the Olympics in Paris. So they started shitting upriver. And apparently it worked out because they didn't clean it enough. Yeah, people were shitting upstream or like upriver, like several miles down the river, obviously because you're going to get caught more easily in the city. And they would bring it down to the Seine all the way down to Paris.
The triathlon is the first Olympic event due to be held in the Seine before marathon swimming in the second week of the Games. If all goes as planned, it will mark the first time athletes have competed in the river at an Olympics since 1900. Due to an exceptionally wet spring and start to summer, the Seine had been consistently failing water tests until the start of July, with levels of the E. coli bacteria, an indicator of fecal matter,
no, you couldn't pay me to do that. Ew.
Sometimes 10 times higher than authorized limits. France has
10 times higher? Not even like 2 times, it's 10?
Invested some 1.4 billion euros in new wastewater infrastructure to cut the amounts of sewage flowing into the river, and authorities have announced plans for 3 swimming sites to open to the...
Chat, by the way, if you're like a professional swimmer or if you swam like a lot like I did, you inhale a lot of water when you're swimming seriously because you're not constantly thinking about spitting out water. And the danger of that is you can get really fucking sick if you inhale a bunch of E. coli.
The public by June next year.
Chat, if I told you to shit in a river, would you do it with me?